Much peace, no beef, the feeling of relief, the smile on your face, not knowing who it would reach. Flip the script and rearrange the rules. One love to all the children doing good at school. I picked up Lil Bread, let him play in the park. Seen two kids placing squash shit before it start. Gave dap to my friends who lead and don't follow trends.
Chill, let's get it.
Like we always do about this time, I am Cornbread Capone, and this is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. And today, my special guest is a legend. I mean, if you remember classic albums such as The Ghetto Boys, Till Death Do Us Part, or maybe you remember his own album, Funky Little Brother. If you don't know who I'm talking about the one and only OG Tulo. How are you doing today, brother?
Man, shit, man, I'm blessed, man. I can't complain, man. Cornbread, off top, man. Appreciate you having me on your show, man. Appreciate the support, man. I'm always gonna rock out, man, and be there for those that's being there for me, man, and rocking with me. So it's official, it's real, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, man, no doubt. I mean, it's respect because when I was young and aspiring, I had you and a lot of other people in my deck, and I was listening to everybody back then. Um, I wanted to ask you because you have a record, you have a song called Old Law. And when I saw the title, I said, ooh, I, I kind of already knew what it was about, but
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that. What made you make that record, Old Law?
Uh Basically, man, that's like my era, and all of us, that like that's like one thing. That's like something that we like really stand on, man, and believe in, and compare a lot of the new wave shit that's now based on how we came up and all of those shit. But it was more of just a went in on the song and was just in that mode and just really put that tight on it. Cause like if I would have went in a mind state of it actually like being old law, I think I would have went a lot deeper and broke down a lot more. But so it was like, but that's just the mind state a nigga be in, man, because what the morals and principles that a nigga was standing on in our era and shit is like the same shit that a nigga ain't changing from, ain't switching up to, ain't on no can't beat them, join them shits. None of that shit is that shit embedded in a nigga, and that's how a nigga gonna go to his grave with, man.
I feel that, man. Is there any other music you planning to release this year or possibly next year?
Shit, man, I've been dropping, bro. I just officially dropped the video to my latest single today, Doghouse. So
Yeah.
right now that's on YouTube. I dropped that earlier, man. I dropped that Triller Spill, I think right before Old Law. So yeah, man, I've been working, man. I've been dropping, man. The thing with me is like one of my flaws is I don't have the work ethic that like a lot of these hungry and like real rappers and artists have. And with me it's more like I'm about quality over quantity. So
Right.
with me, I don't care to have three, four, five, six songs recorded in one day or wrote in one day. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I might spend a month on a goddamn song, man, because uh, personally, like I got a few artists of my own that whenever I go to the pen and pad in my mind, I be battling. And then it'd be like, when I'm putting out there and what I'm representing in the message, it's like, I be wanting that shit to like really be what it is. So it's like, I ain't just trying to just put shit out there or just have shit out there. It be really like shit that, a nigga stand on and represent, bro. Because when you got a brand, man, your brand is everything, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Right.
like, yeah, so it's like every time I drop something, man, I want it to be that.
Well, I understand because I remember in the '90s. I mean, the consistency that rappers have now, it wasn't like that in the '90s. Back then, they would drop an album. Let's say if you drop an album in '94, for instance,
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't hear another album from that artist until '96.
But that was by default though. Because
You
the
know,
way the game was structured then, you couldn't really just mass produce your music unless you was just independent or whatever. But the way the
right?
game was and the way it was structured, then like if you were signed to a label or something, you had the everything that went into it, the recording and then the promotion and then the timing of your release, and then the labels and shit go to move on to the other artists until it's time for you to drop again. Now you can just go in the booth, drop something, upload it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
it's very instant now. I mean, I wanted to ask you something too because when they talk about hip hop 50 or they just looking back at hip hop, and this is a conversation that I don't think too many people had within hip hop, but you're a part of a special group of artists who were, I would say, under the age of 18, but came out within the 1990s time frame. I mean, yourself, the youngsters, uh, it was another group,
Crisscross,
yeah, Chris Cross,
illegal,
who,
ABC, yeah,
yeah, like
uh,
all that group, you're within that
Fifth Ward
group, man.
juveniles.
Yeah, man, you like what you're within that group of artists who were, because I started rapping in '89. I was 9 years old. At that time, there was no crisscross, there was no youngsters, it was nothing but adults rapping. So I had people telling me, well, maybe you gotta grow up and learn some things and then, but keep perfecting your craft. Because there was no kid rappers at the time. Now
And,
that
and, and,
came,
and, and, and not to cut you out, remember, keep in mind where you're going with this. When you was in it, you had to have substance. You had to be authentic. You couldn't just blah 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 blah, blah and nah. You had to
yeah,
really, yeah.
that was that was a key because people would ask you to spit something just to listen to what you're going to talk about, because I got put in that position a lot of times. They were like, oh, you're a rapper, huh? Well, spit something. A lot of people just try to pull your card just to see where you're at with it, and then when you spit, they'll listen and be like, if it's any flaw or if it's anything wrong with what you said, or they're going to be quick to let you know. You know what I'm saying? But what I wanted to ask you about was that part of the conversation when it comes to hip hop rarely gets talked about. How do you feel about that? Your inclusion within that group of artists that came up in the '90s, you know what I'm saying, who had albums out. How do you feel about that part of the conversation?
Um, man, me personally, I count my blessings in a way where I'm just thankful and grateful for whatever it was I was able to achieve. So, whoever the narrative is, and whoever that person is that's doing the narrating and pretty much putting a stamp on their perspectives and what they believe, that's one thing. You know what I mean? So it's like I never got in the game, or even to this day in the game, like basing my success or whatever on another person's perspective or they flower giving. So it's talked about, it's mentioned because I think I think when it first came out, I think like Willie D and them I think they wasn't cool with where they was placed at or whatever. So but on my end personally, like my body of work, like I had the impact that I had and did what I did at that time, but like my body of work, like I felt like maybe like if I was under the type of labels where it was like more industry type music where I could have did the platinums and the double platinums and the more kid friendly version of my music to where I could have been marketed and stuff in them areas where I could be, categorized with them, then I would probably like be expecting, a little bit more. But since I've been idling as time has been on, and now that you have the platforms and you have like people like yourself who made known that this is what I was jamming, and then I've been hearing and based on conversation, so it's like the respect is there, the honor is there, and it's all real, man. Like I can never get caught up in other people's perspectives or what they feel is something, man. All I can do is just work, do me, and understand that everybody, you can't make everybody happy.
Right.
What I spit for you, you might feel pretty trash, but you go over here and listen to this, and that right there might be like, what I'm saying? So, hey, teach
I
his
want to
own.
ask you about your label, man. Talk about your record label.
Street Boss Records, man. That's me. I'm the CEO of it, man. I got my group Thug Mafia under there, and we just focused on, man. Just because it's really like, man, it's at a point in time in the game with me and my group Thug Mafia is like everybody already established, everybody already comfortable with who they is and where they at in life and stuff. So the rap thing now is pretty much not like a like a make it or break it, or if this don't happen, what I'm saying? It's more of like a okay, a nigga listen to what he listened to, but what we bring to the table and what we doing, that I'm just cool with them. They're like listening to my shit in the dick because it's like, you know, a nigga fucking with it. But outside of that, man, that's what it is, man.
Do you plan to get into movies? Because a lot of artists are getting into movies right now and doing different things. Do you plan to get into movies?
Actually, right now, bro, I don't want to, disrespect your show by, mentioning no different, no brands and nothing, but I'm with a talent agency, and all that stuff go hand in hand, man. So I wouldn't have no problem with it. I never just, I ain't gonna say I'm no actor or nothing like that, but I mean, they go all hand in hand, man. Whatever the universe and the higher power, the cards that's the script that's wrote, and what's for you is gonna be for you. So, like a lot of stuff, man, that happen for us in life, man, we don't really. It be out of our control. It be bigger than us. So I can
Yeah.
sit here right now and tell you, nah, not really. But I can get an email from a up and coming entrepreneur or some people that been shooting videos that want to cross over to the movie game and feel like a certain role is for me, and tomorrow that's what it'll be. So man, it's like a nigga can't really just predict a lot of the paths and in the future. It's just. But I
Yeah.
wouldn't have no problem with it, man. It all go hand in hand, man. Even when we be doing them videos and stuff, man. Like, a part of that be acting. It
Yeah.
be acting roles, and you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, man. I ask everybody this question. I have to ask you: does OG Tulo have a top 10 best rappers?
most definitely. Most definitely. Not of no particular order, but yeah, most definitely, man. Scarface, uh and my list gonna kill you because it's really like a lot of East Coast, but it's like, Scarface, Killer Corleone, uh Jadakiss, Hell Real, um, my boy off the west, Do You 100, uh, Uh, my boy at the Mo Bang game, man. Cause I'm still from that era where like lyrics and like with my rap, like I put a lot of like metaphors and witty, like shit that you gotta like rewind a few times and catch. Or you might listen to that same song probably a year from now and just catch on and like, damn, that's what that nigga was saying, type shit. So it's like a lot of that type stuff, man. The Griselda, Benny and them, Fabulous, man. I don't know, but it's a small few. Like far as new era, like right now, I've been really like listening to a lot of EST, Lil Baby, yeah, that's about as far as Pusha T, yeah, So I be on them type of waves, man.
Yeah, I can feel you on the lyrical side because I grew up listening to all the lyricists and all the lyrical from our lyrical legends in the South to the East Coast lyrical legends, West Coast lyrical legends, even the legends in the Midwest who were lyrical, just with different styles like Twister or Eminem. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I
so
listen.
it's like when you come to the table of that music shit, you got two different ways. So you have like what they call, like how like a lot of rappers they be saying I'm your rapper's favorite rapper,
Yeah,
because from an artist standpoint, we hear music in a different light than from a fan standpoint, or not even just a fan, just people who don't rap and just like music. Like they hear something different. Like they just want to have something they can turn up to, bob their head to, and be crunk and cool. But with us, when we listen to you, it's like we just critiquing it. Like we really got like both ears tuned in, and so that's it'd be two whole different things.
yeah, I
And
feel
I'm
you.
actually I'm actually at a place with my music now where I'm actually trying to learn how to not be so serious and so technical, because it's like when you actually really look at the billboard stuff and the stuff that you hear in the club and the stuff that's winning, it don't really just be that what we think rap supposed to be, man. So it's like it's more of a, what I'm saying. So
I understand because it's like get across to the masses of people, you have to simplify your sound,
gotta
so to
simplify the
speak.
sound.
Kind of like perfect example was Jay-Z. Jay-Z used to rap fast like the Fushnikins when he first started rapping.
Yeah.
And it was very but then by the time he learned what the public liked, that's when he slowed it down. And when he slowed it down and simplified the flow, that's when he started selling and that's when he took off. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I paid attention to when that happened. I wanted to ask you, um, because there are so many kids who are impressed and look up to rappers like role models. Is there anything positive that you are doing within your music that will reach out to those kids, perhaps a kid that needs some type of guidance or positive redirection within his life? Do you have any music that reflects positivity?
Um, Without me personally being able to break down and explain why a person would miss it, because like even in our era, man, when they was considering like Ghetto Boys and NWA and them gangster rappers, if you really, really, really dig into it and listen, even what they were speaking on now is prominent today. So it's really reality woke rap. It's really a message. It's really like letting people know, like, man, cricket officers and politicians doing this and this and this and this. Just because you hear somebody saying, man, if you disrespect me, I'ma pop you, or I'm selling drugs or whatever, whatever, whatever. This not really basically um trap rap or gangster rap, depending on who it is it's coming from. So
Right.
to answer your question, about what I'm, yeah, but you'll have to be able to get the message. So with me, by me being in the game so long and experiencing what I'm experiencing, I talk a lot about the pluses and the things that I've been blessed and grateful for to have you know throughout being in the game. But I also talk just as much about the pitfalls and like, hey, man, hey, even though you could be balling right now and doing this minute, man, when it's time to go down there and do them sit downs, or when the people that you thought was your friends be the ones that come, you know, take you off your game or snitch on you and whatever, whatever, whatever. Just know all that come with the game too. So it's like at the end of the day, bro, it's really more like regardless how a nigga bring it, no matter how a nigga spit it, it's all still gonna be confirmation. So when I think about the question that you asked, and I put myself back like when I was a kid, and even though I was, in tune and interested in looking up to what I was looking up to, which was like the G's and the stuff like that, you still had your people who was trying to tell a nigga about this, and this, and that. But because I'm so focused and caught up and tied into like this, the people that look like this and the people that gotta say to this, it's falling on deaf ears to me. Like, bro, I don't want to hear all that, bro. Like, if you ain't talking about blowing and hitting some modes and getting some money, all that old go to school, do this and do that and that's pretty much like the natural human, no matter how you look at it. You know what I mean? Like, not even just rappers, like LeBron or whoever a person feeling can go somewhere into a middle school, high school, or whatever, and get the same message that they principal giving them, and it's gonna be accepted different. So it's
Yeah.
like, and then it all be always falling back to, man. It's like a lot of the stuff we do, man. A lot of people like to say if they knew what they knew now, then it'll be this and this and this and that. But really, if you a realist, man, and you real with yourself, a lot of the shit that we do or whatever, we do know, but it's a difference between what you know and what you apply. So once you get to a point to where the shit that you really do know that you know and you go to applying it, then it be different.
Yeah. That's
And
real. Before we get up out of here, is there anything that you would like to say? Anything that you would like to promote?
oh man, most definitely, man. Like I say, you know, off top before anything, man. Most important, man. Bro, appreciate you having me on your show, man. It ain't nothing, man. Don't take nothing, man. And help and support and be down with the people that's down with you, man. So with that being said, if for the people that been tuned in since I've been at, I've been dropping, I've been releasing, man. If you ain't familiar with where to follow me at, man, IG OG number 2 LOW, TikTok dope boy Tulo, YouTube Tulo. You know what I'm saying? Street Boss Records, man, the movement, man, Thug Mafia, man. Y'all stay tuned, man, and it's up, man, and yeah, everybody that's out there, man, the key to the game, man, is just staying focused, man, applying what you know, man, and not falling for the ocean, though, man, because this internet, man, is retraining the mental and the mind to something that's, but hey, to each his own, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you taking time to holler at me. I hope to run into you soon because I will be out there in the city shortly. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we'll run into each other, get a chance to chop it up face to face. And on behalf of OG Tulo, I am Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. And until next time, everybody, peace and love, because that's what the world need in a major way. Peace and love.
Already, bro. Anytime, man. Anytime, bro.
Man, I appreciate it. We're gonna definitely have to do it again. Hopefully the next time we can get us a face to face one